STAKK Nation, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Brazen.
And your boy Double O.
Alright. It's been a while since we've done some technical analysis, some TA on the ultimate coin in town, Bitcoin.
One and only.
Yes, sir. Double O, Bitcoin currently trading at $38,694, if I read correctly here.
Well, today is what, March 7th?
March 7th, bro. Monday, 2022.
3 months into the year.
Yes, you know what I mean? 8:40. No, geez. Okay, I was gonna say 8:24 into the day, but you know, it's all good. Hey, look, let's jump into this thing here, man. I'm going to share my Bitcoin chart here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we're in a very interesting time for Bitcoin, right? $38,674 or $75. This is the biggest thing with Bitcoin. Obviously, everyone has been waiting for Bitcoin to make a move forever, right? We had the group of people who said Bitcoin was going to 100K, but I think at some point last year we said no, this thing is not going to 100K, and that's what happened. We have some support and resistance lines going on there with, you know, just targets of where we thought Bitcoin was going to hit within each period of time, which, as we can see, this thing has been hovering around those resistance and support lines, which we have there. We have some resistance at 44,000, right? $590 something there, and then some support or resistance around 42,000. Same goes for 40K, and let's see, what was the last one we had there? $38,000. Now, I'll also add this. As this is happening, I think that what we're watching here unfold is the Wyckoff theory. For those who are not familiar, this is something we've spoken about a couple times on the show already here. This is the Wyckoff accumulation theory, right? It just kind of shows this pattern of how these things kind of unfold over time. We've watched this happen before, and I think that it's a similar thing we're looking at again here today. Double O.
And talking about Wyckoff, those little circle oranges that you have there are the same points that you have in the Wyckoff diagram.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much the same situation which we have here. I'm just kind of marking it right now, tracking it as it goes, showing the support and resistance levels that generally show up in the Wyckoff theory, which is what we have so far on the chart. And it seems to be playing out as you know, the theory describes. And of course, for me, the biggest thing as well is the fact that we're still below that 200-day moving average. So anything below the 200-day moving average for me is buy. That's what I say. Exactly. What do you have, Double O?
Oh man, I'm gonna add my chart to the screen as well. Very similar to yours. I have the Fibonacci sequence open here. Fibonacci allows us to know if you were trading Bitcoin, which we don't recommend. We don't trade Bitcoin because you just never know what happens. You know, Fibonacci level here, as you can see, it touched the 1 level and it fell back down, and it touched the 0, came back up again, and then, you know, it's doing this thing with the Fibonacci. Brazen just mentioned about, you know, the support and resistance level. I'm not going to go back into that. You see those little 2s, 1s, and so on and so forth. That's the strats. We also use that to gauge the movement of Bitcoin. Nobody knows. And then you have the gray, green, orange, and red. Those are the moving averages. And as Brazen just said, man, anything below those moving averages is a freaking discount. Not financial advice, but this is what we tend to buy. And of course, you have this little chart at the bottom: TTM squeeze, RSI, and the MFI. That kind of tells us where the volume, the direction, the accumulation, so on and so forth, with in terms of the price action. And it's looking right now that it's about to squeeze up. In terms of overbought and, you know, oversold, it's doing very well on the RSI. It's still around that 50, so it's not overbought. So again, it's still a good entry. And MFI is still below 50, so again, good entry points. So those are all the, you know, good average things going on with Bitcoin right now. We've done this chart before, so I'm not sure how much I should be looking into what direction. Nobody knows really what direction Bitcoin is going, but based on the technical analysis and what we're looking at, you know, there still seems to have higher lows going on right now with that little pattern line that we drew. We had a falling wedge earlier before, but now the pattern is changing. So this might be a good thing. Now the question now is this candle going to fall and go below and try to go for that higher low, or is it going to stop at 0.236? We don't know, but we have some news going on in the markets, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, there's other factors that we have to look at other than just the candles themselves to give us a better idea of what the potential of the price action is going to be over a certain period of time. Obviously, when we average down into anything, I don't think you should just average down blindly. Obviously, you want to do research on what it is and have a thesis really for why you think something is going to keep moving forward. And I think our thesis for Bitcoin is one of those ones that really encompasses everything that Bitcoin has the potential to deliver on, from being that reserve currency of the world, really, to changing so much the political landscape of the world and just the financial situation that everyone finds themselves in. One of such situations that we're looking at right now is Switzerland, right? Situations like countries adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. I think that is bullish news, right? Because the more people find out about it, and the more people understand that this is something that is being considered serious by governments, more than likely they're going to be participating in it as well. So we have this article here from UTB, right? And it reads, Swiss city of Lugano makes Bitcoin and Tether legal tender. Tether, that one is a bit. Hey, but I would say this, it makes sense though, because you need a stable coin. You need a stable coin at the end of the day.
No, but Tether's got a lot of drama behind it.
Hey, look, man, that is their choice. They can pick whatever they want for a stable coin. I don't care, as long as they're doing something. I think it's better than whatever fiat you're using.
Yeah,
I'll say that. So Lugano is the largest city in Canton Ticino. Wait, actually, that was an Italian accent. The Swiss people don't speak like that. But anyway, this city has now made Bitcoin and Tether legal tender, making it possible for people to pay for goods and services using the virtual currencies. Users can now pay for taxes, public services, and goods using the two largest virtual currencies. It is also possible to use Luga, a Luga token, a CHF stable coin. Okay, so they're adopting two stable coins and Bitcoin. I think that this is, Bitcoin is in the mix.
This might be better than what happened to Venezuela with the coin that the president came and just rug pulled them. But it's Switzerland, so we don't expect that to happen. Venezuela had a coin in 2011, so something like that. And
dang.
The president rug pulled them.
To be rug pulled by the president. That's why you call it presidential rug pull.
Yup.
Yeah,
oh,
but again, I think that stuff like this is good. This is adoption news, which really is just signifying that Bitcoin is continuously gaining ground, right? In this economic race, if you will. That is definitely awesome. What do you have, Double O?
Yeah, so to add to that, so the good news is that when you look at the some more details into what's going on in the Bitcoin world, there is those that trade Bitcoin, which we're not really part of that ground. There are about 49.66% people going long on it right now, and 50% or so going short. So it's kind of like an equal balance. So we don't see any dramatic move in the price anytime soon. There's also those that got liquidated. About 46% of those trading it got liquidated. Open interest, about 32 billion, right? And 88 billion is in the market right now. So yes, just a quick little chart about what's going on every single exchange out there. And you can see a push back and forth between those trading it. So that's quite interesting out there, what's going on in the Bitcoin space. Another big interesting chart that we'll look at is the time chain starts to see how much Bitcoin or what blocks are getting filled. So in the last 24 hours, 131 blocks got filled. Let's not go into a lot of those technical details. All you need to know right now is that the remaining Bitcoins left before the next halving, which is going to be another dramatic move on the coin, is 113,733 blocks. Interesting, right?
That is true.
90% of Bitcoin has been mined. As you all know, we have only 21 million Bitcoin in existence, and 18.9 of it has been already it's in supply, it's in circulation right now. So when you look at all the numbers, when there's less supply of something and the demand, just like we just talked about the news, has increased. Less supply, high demand equals what in economics? Increase in prices.
Increase in price for sure.
Yeah. So just showing you some numbers as usual.
Right.
And of course, if you trade in Bitcoin or if you're trying to buy your old Bitcoin, you want to look at the fear and greed index. Right. And if you're following, Warren Buffett's strategy, you want to buy more when the fear factor, is high. And so at 23.20, if you have the money, again, not financial advice, if you're buying Bitcoin, this is a good range just to be buying Bitcoin. Plus, when you look at the technical analysis, it's below the 200 moving averages. So it might even go down to 34, whatever it is, but it's still below 200. So again, good price. Now, this is the part that is a little bit devastating, but hey, we all know that there is cycles in the market. So at the moment, 1 year, Bitcoin is down 25% compared to gold. So your boy Peter Schiff is super happy, like, yeah, I told you so, sons of bitches. Oh, excuse me, French. Even the S&P with the terrible red days that we've been having lately is doing better than Bitcoin. But as you can see overall in the long term, this is why we play the long game. We buy the reds so that in the long term, the reds becomes the green. I will not be buying gold right now. This is not the time to be buying gold. I should be, if you're buying gold, you'll be buying gold in the red.
I would say this. If you're looking at, say, for example, the Bitcoin and traditional assets return on investment versus USD. Obviously, looking at this, you see that there is not much significance to that 1 year chart, because if you're looking at a wider time range, say the 2 year or the 3 year, you see that Bitcoin has overall been accruing more gains, right, over that period of time. Like I say, if you look at, when we talk about that 200% average return year over year for the past 10 years with Bitcoin, right, you see the numbers right there, with 1 year being up to 788,000, right, at the 10-year mark, being 788,000, where in that same 10-year space, we're looking at 16% for gold and 216% for the S&P. So, it's I think the dynamic is interesting when we speak with people who are gold fanatics and how they seem to make their arguments looking at a very short term over something that is so much more grand, if you will.
No, I will add to this though. It's the stage that we are in our lives. I will say the stage in your life and your risk tolerance. Because the gold guys are usually older people. That's what all they've known. And it's like, you young guys are trying to get rich quickly. And I'm like, no, it's just the technology. Times have changed. Like they expect 5%, 7% annual growth. Right. But from what has been happening in the past few years and more access to these tools, folks are like, no, man, 5-7 years, man, that's old school. We're looking for 12, 20, 200, percent annually when you come to investing even over the long term, not even short term. Also, your risk tolerance. Some people are like, nah, I don't need all that risk. I'm fine with 12, 20%. That's fine. Do that. But if you have a higher risk tolerance and you don't want to sit around, wait till you're 40 to retire, and then when you retire, you have a global war going on, and then your dollar that you've put together for retirement has been deflated because of
crashing,
whatever the central banks are doing, then if you want a different mindset, then you say, okay, you know what, I'll take more risk when I'm younger so that I can benefit from it. So
absolutely,
there's a lot of different points of view that you can go into this thing about.
No, absolutely. I see where you're coming from with that. Bitcoin is just the future. That's where we are right now, and that's just where we're heading. So
Switzerland, imagine Switzerland of all countries. That is where big money go hide big money. So if big money is taking Bitcoin, that's major news.
Everyone should be looking at it at the very least. Should be definitely looking at it, because to be still ignoring Bitcoin at this point, it's interesting. I'll be want to know what someone who is ignoring Bitcoin at this point is thinking. Like, what is the strategy? Maybe we might follow their strategy. Definitely not Peter Schiff's strategy though. But it is what it is.
Peter Schiff is right on some things.
No, Peter Schiff is right about a lot of things, actually. It's just, I'm specific. When I talk about Peter Schiff, I'm specifically talking about gold. Peter Schiff is a very smart guy. He's been doing this for a very long time. He knows what he's doing clearly. He's very wealthy. He's doing something right. I'm just saying that when it comes to gold specifically, okay, I think that it's just part of his regimen that he needs to change. It's part of his strategy.
It's not trying to change nothing because he knows he owns so much gold. He has to push it so that people will buy it, so that the price of gold goes up. That's what he's doing. That's all he's doing. It's a marketing strategy for him.
Double O, listen, okay. The fact that you own something does not mean that it's going to win. Period. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he should not push gold. You're totally allowed to do whatever you want. You know, all I'm saying is I think it's not the future. Period. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not saying he should go sell his gold, or I'm not saying that no one should buy gold, but I'm saying that as I view his strategy, right? It's a piece of his strategy that I disagree with. That's it. Does not mean he needs to change it, but it just means that, listen, at the end of the day, there is going to be a winning strategy and there's going to be a losing strategy, and gold is not going to be the winning strategy. That's all I'm saying. Before you carry on, sir, okay, I want you to go back, pull up that page that you were on just right now. You know what I'm saying? You just saw that over a 10-year period. You see the returns on gold, bro. This is not an argument. Come on. Okay, 10-year. Look at the 10-year range for gold, bro. It's 16%. That is like the same thing like today. So what are we talking about? 1%, maybe? You know, look. I'm just saying.
But that is 10 year. That's not 10-year accumulate. Well, I guess it is.
It is. Listen,
it's a win for him. It's a win for him because of his risk tolerance is at that stage.
It's not a win for him, bro. How is it a win for him? It's not a win for anyone today. Okay, and okay. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase this. It's a win for him. It's a win for him because he bought Bitcoin way back. You know what I mean? He was much younger. But right now, today, for people in our economy, right, given the situations that we're in right now, not everybody has the luxury of buying gold at whatever cheap price he bought it at. You see what I'm saying? So everyone has to look for an asset that is more in line with the current times we live in. You see what I'm saying? And we're in the technology age, and Bitcoin is that thing. We're in the age of technology. We're in the age of improving efficiency. Okay, we're in the age where no one should be living under the poverty level, even though it's still happening. We're in the age where our environment should not be abused for the extraction of certain resources just for the sake of hedging. So you're destroying the environment to pick up this gold just to hold it so it can grow value. You can do that with Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin is here. You see? So, and the numbers are showing over the past 10 years that Bitcoin is trashing gold. So listen, I will say this. At the end of this year, if Bitcoin is not beating gold, I'll sell all my Bitcoin.
You said it.
Yes.
If by the end of the year, by December,
if by December
has on whoop goes butts,
yes,
you'll sell what Bitcoin.
I'll sell my Bitcoin.
Folks, you just heard that.
You heard it here
Brazen
first.
is going to sell his Bitcoin at the end of the year.
Well, let's wrap up this video before I promise more stupid things. Right. All right. Well, listen. We just wanted to do some TA on Bitcoin. Take a look at the situation. Look at the landscape. See how everything is going. Where do you think Bitcoin is going next? What are your thoughts? And what are some things that you're investing in right now as well? Are you investing in other things in the crypto space? All right. Or are you just loading more and more Bitcoin? Or are you trading it? Are you a gold guy? I do have some gold. Well, very little, but it is what it is. Yeah. Double O, any final thoughts? Hey
man, thanks for liking and subscribing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
We're bringing more just your way.
Exactly. Do not forget to like the video, subscribe, follow us on our social media handles added to the bottom there, right? Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Really appreciate you liking and clicking the videos. And until next time, Brazen out.
Double O.